Hi everybody, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you for joining us as we take a look at the next set of weather coming through, a spring blast. After last week's warm weather, this is going to be a little bit of a shock to the system for some of you. This is the animated wind map. The areas in purple indicate lower air pressure. This is the low that is forming, the same one that gave thunderstorms to Sydney on Monday. It is moving in towards us for Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, and then it departs out to the east. High pressure in white, well off to the western side there. Same story with this high, which is now slowly departing to the east. And this low out to the Tasman and the high just out to the east combined are driving in this subtropical northerly, and that's the reason why we're about to get some rain. This is how it looks at 3 o'clock on Wednesday morning. Here's Auckland and Christchurch down here. So look at the mountains, the areas in blue. You can see snow on the mountains there. Further to the north, the areas in red indicates thunderstorms. Now, most of those thunderstorms are actually north of Auckland, that's there. Cape Reinga is just in this area here. So the thunderstorms will brush New Zealand. There'll be a few around, but most of them will be out at sea. Now, wind-wise, it will be a blustery night tonight. As you can see, the areas in orange are the worst of the winds, orange and red. So that's coming through the central area here where wind gusts could get over 100 kilometres an hour. But this is at 3 in the morning, and by 7 in the morning, the bulk of it is now out at sea, and the rest of the country just has that typical spring blustery sou'wester blowing around. Now the temperatures do drop though. This is the temperatures recorded around about the height of Mount Cook, maybe a little bit higher. So at that height, up on the mountain tops, this colouring indicates that the temperatures will be down into the minus double digits. So that's why we are expecting snow. Daytime temperatures in Dunedin and Queenstown only just making double digits. So it will be a much cooler Wednesday on the way. And this is how Wednesday looks. You can see that cold front there. There could be a few isolated thunderstorms amongst it, although most of it will be out at sea. And by lunchtime, many western areas are starting to clear up with the sun gradually coming back out again. In the South Island, though, it is much cooler, as we just talked about, with the windy sou'westers, but it will be fairly dry in places like Canterbury, Nelson and Marlborough. Now moving through to Thursday, and Thursday warms up a little bit around the South Island. It's still windy, but the winds turn a bit more westerly rather than southwesterly, and that does lift the temperatures up for you again. The rain continues along the west coast, especially around Fiordland and southwestland. A few showers coming into Southland, but it is mainly dry for most other places. Now we end the week, Friday of course, with a colder front moving up the South Island, so the temperatures again drop around the South Island, with those showers actually affecting more of the eastern side, like Canterbury. So you'll get a few showers. It comes into Cook Strait with a colder change around about the middle of the day, and then it moves into the North Island with just a few showers and a cooler southerly change. And that's how we go into the weekend, with a cooler southerly around the country. Not too bad in the South Island, mostly dry and calm. Can't even rule out a couple of frosts in the South Island. In the north, a bit of talk about this low, this subtropical low out to the east. Now, I've got to say, with subtropical lows, the bulk of the rain is out here in the southeastern quadrant, well away from New Zealand. Instead, we've got the southeasterly winds between the incoming high and the outgoing low. So the southeasterlies are usually fairly sunny, or at least dry, in many parts of the North Island, including these areas where you might see some wet weather. So I wouldn't lock that in just yet. There might just be a couple of showers or spits around, and it's, as I say, fairly dry in the south. And we end on Sunday. It's kind of a typical spring forecast, really. A few light showers here and there. The winds are coming in from the southerly quarter, so it's still a little bit cooler than it was a week ago. Actually, it's a lot cooler than it was a week ago. But this high is slowly trying to come in, so we may well have some more settled weather coming back. I'll update you again on Wednesday with the very latest.